Hi and welcome back to PG Maybe. Today we're going to look at the movie Light Up the Sky. Light Up the Sky stars Ben Hill and Tommy Steele. It is a comedy drama set in the World War II British Army Searchlight battery. They're an odd bunch of misfits who somehow manage to get the job done. You've got the actors such as Carmichael, Tommy Steele, Benny Hill, Sidney Tafler, Victor Maddern, Harry Locke, Johnny Briggs. There is a few well-known names in this, and perhaps that's the best thing about this movie. And looking at the cast, you would expect an out-and-out comedy, but instead you get a surprisingly well-acted and poignant film about the story of the Searchlight battery. The opening scenes give the impression that it was filmed during the war and by the army, because you have got Lieutenant Ian Carmichael introducing the troops he had the honour of command, and it gives you the character name and the actor. So like for instance, you would have Gunner, Benny Hill, Lance Bombardier, Victor Martin, such like that. It opens with a cricket match and it closes in a cricket match before and after the war. It looks as if it's trying to portray the quintessential English life in Britain during the time. The cast itself is full of old British stalwarts such as Ian Carmichael and Dick Emery, who has a brilliant comic career in his own right afterwards, and he has a few brief scenes as a driver in this one. And if you add the backup like Victor Maddern, Sidney Tafler, Johnny Briggs, Sheila Hancock, Harry Locke, you have the makings of a truly excellent British movie, which for some reason was never shown in British TV. It was interesting to see Benny Hill in this mostly non-comic role. Interesting fact is Benny Hill was actually a Searchlight operator in real life in Normandy in 1944, and with the exception of the double act on stage with Tommy Steele and Benny Hill, which typifies the 1940s entertainment, it's not really a comedy as such. And if you've ever only seen Benny Hill as a comic, then shows such like the Benny Hill Show, seeing him here as a straight actor will be a real eye-opener. In this film, he proves he's a good straight actor, and it's surprising that he never got any more roles like this. And combining him and Tommy Steele as the double act, it was very well done and they worked well together. This movie was a Lewis Gilbert production, and Lewis Gilbert did some of the best British pictures ever made. You've got things like Reach for the Sky, Alfie, Sink the Bismarck, Shirley Valentine and Educating Rita. He also made 3 Bond movies, which I think are the best 3 of that time, which is The Spy Who Loved Me, Moonraker and You Only Live Twice. And like Alfie and Educating Rita, this movie started as a play. The play was called Touch It Light by Robert Story. It has been opened out significantly without compromising the integrity of the story, which was quite good. And not so well known amongst the credits is this war movie set in a British Army camp during the Second World War of a Searchlight battery that deals with nighttime bombing raids. Commanded by Lieutenant Ogleby, also known to his men as Oggy, played by Ian Carmichael. He presides over a bunch of misfits. The cook, Harry Locke, constantly cigarette in his mouth, he's constantly coughing, but he's got aspirations to be a cordon bleu chef. And he's always making fancy meals for the men, but truthfully they don't really like it because they all prefer chips. And he never gives them chips, he always gives them something fancy. You've got the brothers, Eric, which is Tommy Steele, and Sid, which is Benny Hill, the McCaffey brothers. They're more interested in focusing on their music hall double act than dealing with anything in the war. The young one of the bunch is Smith, the future coronation star Johnny Briggs. He becomes so concerned about the fate of his girlfriend, who's found a new man, that he goes AWOL to sort things out. But luckily enough, their commanding officer, Oggy, finds out where Smith is, goes and gets him, and brings him back just so there's no too much trouble. Then you've got Victor Maddern playing Lance Corporal Tomlinson, who wants to be a corporal more than anything because his future wife is a corporal and he doesn't want to be outranked by her. Then you've got Ted, Sidney Tafler. He's the old boy of the bunch, is constantly passing on fatherly wisdom. So the group actually works quite well together. The movie itself switches between comedy and tragedy a number of times, but it's never disjointed. It works quite well, and despite outrageous capers that the group get up to, especially when Ogleby is on leave, like stealing ducks from a farm and stealing a bath from an officer's mess, constantly getting posh dinners with drink which they're not allowed to have on their base. It's very well done, and although they're always up to something, they never shrink when danger presents itself, and they're always there to do their job. The music hall scene, it contains a lot of Benny Hill material, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did some of the other jokes throughout the movie. And even this, although the main stars are Benny Hill and Tommy Steele, Ian Carmichael gets the top billing, but he's nothing more than a supporting role. He's introducing the characters and he pops in and out. Tommy Steele's character's a pain in the neck, gets a farmer's daughter pregnant when he's married to somebody else, constantly he's wanting a divorce because he wants to be with the girl and the son, and it just causes a lot of havoc. But that's basically the way the character was written, so it's not as if it's just the way he acted it. Then you've got Victor Maddern and Sidney Tafler, who are outstanding, and both are stalwarts of British cinema. And then you've got the underrated Harry Locke as Roland the cook. All in all, this is a very well brought together. I think the characters all work well together, and because of that, it's a very interesting story. But the standout performance comes from Benny Hill as the wisecracking Sid. His contribution to the big screen, by and large, has been in minor parts, such as The Italian Job and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Here, he's been given a leading role, and he grabs it with both hands. If you're only knowing him from the Benny Hill show, prepare to be shocked. He steals every scene he's in. Just check out the moment where he loses his temper with his brother Eric, who confesses his infidelity. It's astonishing that after seeing him in this, he never got any major roles of this calibre again. He obviously became famous with his comic role, but it showed that he had the acting chops to be a really good straight actor. Then you've got other actors or actresses that pop in. So you've got Sheila Hancock, who pops up as a talentless theatre singer in her first major film role. And then you've obviously got Dick Emery, who pops in as a driver in a few scenes. Watching Light Up the Sky, it's easy to see things that became more popular later on, like Dad's Army. It just had that look and feel about it. And the only complaint I had with this was the running time was too short. It could have done with expanded a bit more and given a bit more in depth. All in all, I would say Light Up the Sky is a movie you should get a hold of. It is quite entertaining, and it's good to see Benny Hill in a straight part. The way he works with Tommy Steele on stage and just the wee bits where they do, although it's corny old jokes and such like, they work well together as the McCaffey brothers. I would recommend this, definitely something to watch. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. If you like what you see, give it a thumb up, leave a comment, and share and subscribe. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Odyssey, I'm on Minds. Please subscribe, have a look, and remember, I'm not old, I'm classic. PJ may be